Hello everybody, welcome to Frontier Mentality. We're going to do the garden tour. The pups are over there hiding in the shade, but you may hear Becca and them bark from time to time, but that's okay. Alright, I wanted to show you, you remember where I showed you that I had trimmed some of this butterhead lettuce? You always trim from the middle and it's growing back. Then we had the broccoli and the cauliflower, and it's still coming up. I haven't really gotten in, let's see, no heads per se of any of things, so we're just looking. Then we have more butterhead lettuce here, and in between the kale rows, where are we at? Right there. All the kale, all the turnips are doing good. You might see a few bare spots now in the turnips. We're beginning to thin them out so we can get some bigger ones. We do eat the tops to the turnips. If you're watching my Wednesday cook shows, I'm showing that we are pulling them and eating them. Well, I'm not showing you out. I'm not out here pulling them exactly, but I'm showing you on the inside us cooking with them, because if we're growing our own food, our palates need to change to what we're growing. And I want to show you some of this beautiful Russian red. Right here is beginning to really come good. Kale gets sweeter after each frost, which is marvelous. And we found out something. So the mystery, where is it? I know we have some over here. Maybe I'll cut it back too far, but I'll tell you in a minute. The carrots and more broccoli and cauliflower. Let's see if these have gotten any heads coming into them yet. Yes. Let's see. Let's get y'all in there. We have a broccoli head just starting. Praise Yah. The carrots are doing great. Let's see. I don't see the cauliflower doing it yet, but it started. The onions are doing good. Let's just go ahead and go over here real quick. So, you know, we've been talking about the purple lettuce and not sure what it is. Well, upon some research, it is a purple mustard green. And it does have a peppery flavor versus the mustard, where it has more of a mustard flavor. But they're all doing well. So we have some kale and some mustards that popped out on this side, but it's kind of reversed how we planted this year. Last year the collards were on the back and the mustards were on the front. But it's good to switch things up in your garden. Let's get up here to Swain, do a quick chitty chat, and let everybody get on with their own day. Let's see if we can get you propped up without falling over. Hopefully we'll beat a train. If not, we'll pause it. Hope everybody's doing well. We're fixing, most of the country's fixing to get a really cold. A lot of people up towards Michigan, Maine, Illinois, Minnesota, y'all got blizzard conditions coming in. We'll pray for your safety. I hope you have wood heat of some form, words today, or some type of backup heat. Go ahead and get everything washed up and ready. I hope you have bottled water and everything on hand for whatever reasons you need it. Same for your food. Now, further south you go, we're experiencing some of the winds now. Today is Wednesday, by the way. And they're talking about the winds picking up more today and tonight and to tomorrow. So here in the south, there's two problems with when we get wind in the fall slash winter. It could be fire hazard. So if you're burning trash or anything like that, please wait until the winds pass. Protect your neighbor's house, your house, and wildlife and whatnot. And going to the animals, if you have animals, dogs, cats, livestock, if you have livestock, if you can during that time period when the bitter cold's coming, either bring them into your barn so they can have some shelter off the cold and the wind, or put some horse blankets on them. Make sure you've got plenty of hay out in the fields for them, because when they're eating, it helps their bodies maintain heat. That goes for your goats and all your critters. Just have somewhere where they can get out of the weather. So, because they will stand together and help each other stay warm. Now, then you got your dogs, your cats, your domestic animals. I think it's when it gets below 25, it's almost too cold for a domestic animal, such as your dog and cats, to stay outside at night. If you have a garage, if you have a Mr. Buddy heater, if they're outside dogs, if they're not inside dogs, bring them into your garage, cut that heater on at night, so they have a way to help maintain their body and their temperature. Have good bedding for them, straw and wood shavings. Allows air to get in there and help them stay warm. If you have, like we do, we have an old Jeep that our Tomcat, when he does decide to come home, he lives, sometimes he's at the barn next door or wherever he chooses to roam, but he does come home at night to eat. We do have a Jeep, old Wrangler Jeep that sits on the carport. So we zip the windows up. We put, I've got a big comforter in there, and he curls up and sleeps. We keep the back of the Jeep open, but it's faced to the house, so no wind's getting into him if he gets into the Jeep to sleep and stay warm. The girls, of course, Becca, Joy, Sadie, they all sleep in the house every night. They're outside during the day in their pen where they're not causing neighbors problems, because there's horses in the pasture over there and there's chickens back here. But trying to wiggle out some cabin fever. They're outside enjoying this warmth before the bitter cold comes in. So with that being said, for people, if you live in a house that has no fireplace or a condo, what do you do if you lose power? I would suggest that you get a Mr. Buddy heater. It runs off of Coleman heat. They burn much cleaner than the kerosene heaters, but if you have a kerosene heater, you know, when we used to have a kerosene heater before we were splitting and wood and whatnot, just to help offset the cost, I would set a pot of water on top so it helps keep the air moist. I do that with the wood stove. We have a kettle on it that keeps water when it's hot or whatnot, to keep moisture in the air. If you have gas heaters or gas fire logs, might want to top off before the deep freeze gets here so you can have backup heating for your home. If you lose power, it's cold enough that you can put all your food in coolers and put them outside to help keep your stuff cold. What else? Go ahead and get those heavy covers out, get them washed up, get them ready to be put on your beds. Just like when you dress in layers being outside, you can do layers on your bed to help air get trapped in and help keep you warm. So yeah, that's pretty much it on the cold stuff. If you, how do we approach this? This is kind of sensitive. So if you're getting up in years and you're making a will, you can do wills online now. Please don't knock my camera over. So if you have land and you're trying to help pass that land off to your family and whatnot, do a land trust. You can do that by putting your family members as co-owners to the land trust. You can set up a will for a land trust. This is also pretty much a privacy matter as well. If you go this route, you can skip probate court, which is so I personally live in a different state than my parents. So if this was the case, if you have land and it's big enough to share and make a generational land trust, I would highly suggest it. And the government doesn't need to know whose hands is it going to and whatnot. Land trust is the way to go. I've been doing some research because if I happen to win the lottery one day, I want to protect the land that I do get, and that I can give to my children and grandchildren and so forth down the line, and I can set it up as farming or good stewardship, if you're gardening or raising sheep or cattle or whatever, or even if you're using it as a conservation property to help drop taxes on it. By having the names and the heirs added to your property can help. I just came across this information and thought it would be useful to share if you're wanting to keep the greedy people in your area, or not greedy, nosy people out of your last will and testament. By bypassing the probate courts, you can do a land trust. So I thought that was kind of interesting tip, because it's all about being prepared and passing down stuff to your family. So let's say, because I do can a lot of my food and I do it in a proper manner, that I can also gift that to all my kids, because a lot of them are vegetarian now, so got a lot of food for you. But usually not. I try to can enough for a year, and then we start all over again in the spring. But I mean, for like your tomatoes and your other vegetables, you know, I can can the carrots, I can can the sweet potatoes, which I do. Fun fact, when I canned my sweet potatoes this year, because I did purple and purple flesh sweet potatoes and orange flesh sweet potatoes, the purple had more pectin, so it kind of gelled when I canned it, so that was interesting, but tastes amazing. All right, not much going on here, just waiting for the cold weather to come in. Because it is Wednesday, I gotta jump off of here and kind of get ready. My girls have gifted me a Celtic show. It's where they'll be singing and some river dancing and So that's what I'll be doing tonight. So if I'm able to catch any of it, there might be some shorts showing a few of the micro different parts of the show. All right, everybody, please stay safe, please get ready, and please get prepared. Frontier Mentality signing out.